Hello, welcome back to our Orbox C coverage. So tonight what we're going to try to do is get through the rest of what I think are the initial blocks, the training part of this game. So last time we actually got through 15 levels, introduced a bunch of new blocks. If you want to see that video, I'll link it up in the cards in the upper right hand corner when I save this as a video, so you can kind of see what the first 15 levels look like. Our goal here is to analyze how the puzzles are put together and how the blocks are actually impacting puzzle design and different things like that. Hello, Noah Clark. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Widdister. Good to have you with us as always. Alright, let's get started. So we are going to go into the easy mode here. As you can see, we went ahead and cleared out the first 15 levels, and we're going to start on 16. Just like the first stream, I have purposely not played ahead or witnessed any of this ahead of time, so you're going to be getting my raw interpretation of what I see and how things are put together right as we do it. Hi Sith, good to have you with us. Well, we got 4 watching right now. Let's see if we can set our record tonight. Alright, let's get started and we will see what this has to do. So, just like last time, we've got new instructions. One of the things I mentioned in the last live stream is I was really impressed with how this first set of levels go, in that they introduce a new block, they give you the instructions, and they let you practice what that block is. So this is a new block we haven't been exposed to before, called the grow block. If you ride over the grow block, it will become solid. So it's like a pass once type of block. You can go back through these. This was the very first card that they put up, which is just the basic instructions. Then they got into these angle blocks, which was introduced at level 4, I believe. Then they got into teleportation blocks, and they introduced us to that. Then they showed us the star mechanic for a different wind condition. Then we had the gate blocks that once you go through those, they become a solid block. And now we've got the grow block. So far, they've been very, very good about giving us a simple puzzle to show us how the block works. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this and see what this one is. Alright, level 16. So this block here and this block here represent their grow blocks. Just as a reminder, if I press W, I go up. If I press A, I go right. If I press D, I go sideways. And if I press S, I go down. That's our basic controls. So we can see what the grow block does. We're going to go ahead and go through this version of it right here. So we'll notice now that it has created a solid block. The nice part is now it gives me a way to actually go back, right? Now I am curious what's going to happen, because this one we're going to land on top of when it grows. So let's see what happens when that happens. Alright. Well, I'm going to assume that the block is under there, but we're going to have to move to kind of figure that out. And so there it is. So that's a good piece of information to kind of store in our puzzle solving. Now it looks like our solution will be to go back here, and now we can get to our exit, which is here, which actually solves the puzzle. Alright, so now that we've seen how it works, we're going to go ahead and replay it and explore a little bit more. I don't think there's another solution. For the most part, when they introduce a block, they only give us one solution. But we can check here. If I go up, there is no direction I can go that won't blow me up. Alright. Yeah, I think that's the only solution. So that's going to represent the highest score we can get, 240. And I think this is probably going to represent the least number of moves. Now we have to work on this, our 4-second timer. Ooh, I mistyped a little bit. Let's see if we get 1 second. Alright, we got our 1 second. Again, there's no way that you're going to get 1 second on every single map as they get more complex, but a lot of these starter ones you can actually get through. So what that was DAWADS So if you were trying to solve these and get really quick times, if you memorize the pattern, you could probably get through it nice and quick. Alright, so that is the grow block. Let's do one more test. In our calculations for score, this represents 20 points, 40 points, 60 points. It should be 80 points. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's check something here. So that should be 20 points. 20 points. This should be a 40-point move. Yeah, that's a 40-point move. And then this should drop us back down to 30 and then up to 50. Oh, but then we blew off the end. Okay, so I think this is also giving us more points, because if it's 20, 40, 60, then this one should be get us to 80. But we're actually getting to 100. So I wonder if these grow blocks actually represent a 40-point block. That might be something that you would consider in your puzzle solving. Now we are going to drop back down in score, because when we go back over this block, we're going to lose our 10. Then we're going to go back up. So let's see, 90. That'll be 110, 130, 150. Alright, now let's see as we move off of this. So it would be 2040. So it would be 190 to get over here. Yeah, so the growth of this block seems to also give us score. So as we're trying to maximize our score, that is another thing to pay attention to. If you can do two routes and one route has grow blocks in it, one route doesn't, you could potentially get a higher score by using the grow blocks. Alright, I don't think there's a whole lot more to say on that one. You think we're going to break the record, Whittaster? Yeah, I show 4 listed as watching right now. I think 6 is our biggest stream that we've had. I just tweeted out that we went live, so we'll see if we pick up some more that way. Alright, that is the grow block. Now, if they follow their pattern that they've been following, the next thing that we're going to do now is get a couple of puzzles that use this, potentially mixed in with some of the other blocks. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is a different solve. You'll notice there's no exit. In this one, again, it's the star mechanic where you have to clear all the stars. So let's take a look. If I go up, I think this is going to get me killed, because while I will grow that block, I can't get back. So that kind of says that's not a good pattern. Down and left are not logical patterns, so let's move in this direction. Okay, now this represents an interesting design challenge. So notice that there's 2 grow blocks here, but by putting that block in there, I can't go back. So it's forcing me to go forward. Same thing here. The only place I can go is this way. Same thing here. The only place I can go is this way. And now, if I go this way, it's going to blow me up, but I can backtrack, it looks like, and get all of my blocks. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this particular puzzle. One thing that I have commented on in the other video is I really do think the level designers and the developers of this game did a great job of introducing the mechanic, right? So they've introduced the grow block. Now they have shown in this puzzle how it could be used, right? Like what to expect. Let's blow off of that real quick. You know, this going across 2, if you see 2 like this, it's going to give you a particular style, right? They've also introduced the mechanic of the blocks you open up in your history are what you're going to use to potentially solve the puzzle. Alright, so let's see what our time is. 15 seconds. We should be able to get way quicker. Do we have 6 in right now? Welcome anybody who joined. Glad to have you aboard. I'm still only seeing 4. Hold on, let me scroll this down. Oh, now I see 5 popped in. Sorry, you're seeing my alt tabbing go on here. There we go. Okay, so now that we've solved this one, it's time to see if we can set a better time record. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Yeah, was there 6 for a second? Alright, you ready? Here we go. What do you think? 1 or 2 seconds? 2 seconds. I'm not sure if I can get this one in one. Oh, wrong key. Oh, that's going to be close. I don't think I can do much faster than that. Alright, that's 1 second. Maybe somebody just popped in to see if we were playing a game they knew. Alright, let's move on, see if they give us another challenge here. So now what they tend to do is not give us a challenge that's a single solution challenge. We'll see what this one does. Again, we got to clear all the stars. The only place I can go is down, right? These aren't going to do me any good. So let's start there. So now what we have to do is start to figure out what the puzzle's going to be. One thing that we noticed in the other puzzles is they do a lot of making you backtrack. Now this is interesting from a scoring standpoint because your score goes down when you backtrack. Alright, so now we got a decision. We can go one way or the other. I think we're just going to have to go back and forth. Now this is kind of one that's going to put you into a trap. If I go down from here, while I can clear out that bottom row, I can't actually score. So let's try to score both of those. What does that give us? Oh, okay. I think I see the solution now. So I can go back up now that this one is closed, cut across, and then cut over. You go back up to 6 again? Yeah, people might be jumping in and jumping out. They are welcome to stay. If you do jump in, drop us a comment in the chat. Love to hear from you. Alright, let's see. There's no way I'll get a second on this one, but we might be able to get, which we set for a goal. I'm going to say 4. I think I can do this one in 4 seconds. Not if I do it that way, I won't. Couple of delays on that one. Yeah, I got 3. Don't think I'm going to get much better than that. See, this is the spot my brain farts. I don't get it really good. I don't think I can get to 2. Oh, there we go. 2. There's no way I'm going to get that one in 1. So, alright, we're moving on. I would guess so far we've been getting a new mechanic every 3 or so levels, so we might get a new mechanic here. Yep, there we go. Alright, instructions. The bomb starts countdown. Explosions are harmless. So do you go over the block? I don't know what instant blow means. Maybe that means if it has 0 in here. But again, so far they've done a really good job of introducing the mechanics and giving us tests to see how it works. So let's jump into this one. Okay, so we have, it appears to be 2 bombs, a couple of different ways I can get to them, but let's just go over top of them and see what happens. Does it blow me up? Okay, so it's kind of like a temporary block. So basically the way this one is set up is I blow that first one up, then I use this one to stop me from cutting all the way across so that now I can solve the puzzle. So this one's definitely going to have an impact on time, right? If you have one of these blocks in the puzzle, you're not going to be able to get a 1 second because you have to wait for the block. Now, can we solve this without the blocks? I don't think so. We can blow that one up. Oh, okay. I see. Let's go back. I'm going to go back and relook at the instructions for this one. Okay, so this is the part I didn't understand. So I accidentally did it there, and now looking back at the instructions, it makes sense. So what this means is if I don't want to wait for the timer, I just press against the block twice and it instantly blows up. So that's what this line actually means, and I didn't understand it when I originally read the instructions. So now if I'm going for time, I can jump up here, get that one to blow up, and just get past it without having to wait for it. 2 seconds. I think we can do better. That was pretty quick. Alright, that's a 1 second. Okay, so hopefully everybody understood that. If I press once against the block, it goes through its countdown timer. If I hit the block and then press against the block again, that's what actually blows it up. Again, these kind of little mechanic differences are worth noting because as the puzzles get more complex, there might be a time where I would start this countdown, go off in a different direction and try to get back around before it blew up or something like that. You know, so it's one of those things that I might be forced to run into this block, or maybe like run into this block, then move my way around, and then if I had to get back down to here, get back over, still hit that block, and then go down, you know, that could be a way to solve a puzzle. So those timers will matter. I also don't know if they're all 9 seconds. In their puzzle design, they might use different times as well to actually create different tensions for the different puzzles. So cool. So we've got 2 new mechanics so far. We've got the bomb and we've got the grow block. And we might pop some achievements. As we saw last time, I mean, if we wanted to cheese the system, we could just keep blowing up blocks like this. So I'm getting credit towards blow up blocks achievements by doing this. But there are achievements for activating so many of each type of block. Okay, let's solve this one. And move on. Okay, so we've been introduced to the block. Now let's see some puzzles that actually go for it. Level 20. Okay, so we are here and we have to get here. I am seeing a couple of things. One, this block is definitely lined up for me to get there. So my goal is probably to get over here. It feels like it's going to be one of these that I have to work my way down. Can activate that block. Let's see. Alright, that gets me there. Okay. So in this one, while I'm not using the blocks necessarily directly, what I am trying to do is get through blocks, go around a block, and then get back up. Oops, missed. Alright, that's maybe a 2 second. I'm not sure if I'm going to get this one down to 1. That's a pretty quick. There we go, 1 second. Okay, so let's analyze what's going on here. So in this puzzle, I pressed down once, down a second time to blow up the block. Worked my way down, the same thing here. Now, when I press down this time, I don't want to double tap because it'll blow this block up. I guess I could. Blowing the block up doesn't actually matter. And this is another thing that's probably worth mentioning when you start to think about the puzzles is once you stop, even if the block blows up, you don't fall, you don't move through it or something like that. So if I had to remove that block in order to get over there, I could do something like that. Now, if I go down again, I'm going to hit this block. It only gives me these 2 directions to go. Neither one of those does me any good. The key to this puzzle is this block here, because this allows me to get onto this line, which lines me up with my exit. So I can come over, blow that block up, and out we go. 50 seconds, not quite as good. Okay, this should be our 3rd puzzle that's teaching us the bomb mechanic. So obviously the first direction that we can go is going to be right. That's going to blow up a box. Then I've kind of got a choice to make here. Let's just start seeing what happens. Alright, let's try... For some reason I'm feeling like down is the way to go, so let's try down. Alright, so what does this give us? Okay, so we could come over here and go up. We can't go back, so I guess we're going to have to do that. Then that should get us to this box. Alright, so now we can go here. We come down here, what's that going to get us? Alright, we have a choice. We can go down. Then really the only other place to go is here, and I don't think that's going to solve it. Because I can't get back to here to here. Alright, so that didn't work. So blocks we want to look for. This block will get us lined up with our exit. This block will. These won't and these won't. That one won't, that one won't. So I either have to get on the inside of one of these or on the inside of one of these. Again, only direction we can go is here. I think the last time we went down and over. So if we go to here, gives me nothing, right? Because I can only go up or down, can't go back. So let's try up this time. We tried down last time, so I will go up. This limits me to this move. Alright, so I'm not lined up here. Really the only way I can go is here. I wonder if this is also one where I maybe have to get to a block and then get back to a block. Not sure. Alright, so down will get us here. Yeah, I think this is going to do it because we can come up into this block. Okay. So what this was the difference between going up or down is based off of this block and this block, right? Coming over to this block means I didn't have enough blocks to go down to get over, but coming over to this block because it's one closer to the exit actually gets me there. All right, what's our vote for time on this one? I'm thinking 4 seconds. It's like name that tune. Given the age of our audience, nobody might know what that means, but I think I can complete this puzzle in 4 seconds. 10 seconds? You're being very generous with your time. 5 might be it, but I think I can do it in 4. Alright, here we go. Oh, that was a misclick. That's quicker than 4. 2. Don't think it's doable in 1. I'm not gonna get any faster than that. Yeah, I don't think I can get any faster than that. That was pretty quick. Okay, so while I'm not really doing these videos to show solutions, let's talk through what the solution is here. So I press D, I press W to go up, I press D to blow that block up, then I go over and down and over. I press W to blow that block up, go up and over, and that gives me my solution. Alright, let's see. Was that our second bomb level? Oh, new mechanic. You've discovered a new mission. Blow all the bombs. See your mission on the game panel on the right. Okay, so this is another win condition that they put into it. So win condition 1 is to get to the exit. Win condition 2 is to collect all the stars. Win condition 3 is to blow up all the bombs. So this is kind of cool in that to give variety to our puzzles, they've actually made it so that there's different challenges to do here, right? So on this one, there's no exit. We just have to figure out how to get to everything. I'm feeling left on this one. Let's see. Got all but one. That's kind of a cool little graphic. Widdister noted that the box, last time Widdister noted that this box actually matches my channel colors. These bombs definitely do too. The oranges and reds and things like that. Alright, there's the solution. Okay, so a slight change in my first run. I just went that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, and came up one short. In the actual solution, you trigger one of the horizontals, then you work your way around like that. Okay, so we're going to do this a couple of different ways. We're going to do this as quick as you can without double tapping, and then we're going to try to get crazy and see if we can double tap our way through this. So that's as fast as you can go through. Then we're just waiting for countdowns. So that's 4 seconds. So now here's the challenge. Can we double tap and not get ourselves killed? Oh, triple tap. Is that quicker? 2 seconds? Don't think I can pull a 1 on this one. So we saw an achievement pop up. I didn't actually see it, but I'm going to assume that was the blow up 50 bombs achievement. That seemed to be the sets of achievements that they were running last time. Steam. Bomb beginner. So, yep, I'm going to guess that's the blow up 50 bombs achievement. Alright, so that's kind of cool. They introduced us a new gameplay mechanic. So in that last run, what I was doing is just double tapping to blow the bombs up quicker. Now another potential solution for this one might be to not double tap the first couple of bombs, because their timers are going to run down anyway, and then double tap like the last, let's try the last 4, see if that helps. That didn't work out. Yeah, we're still getting through faster though with double tapping them. So, all right, what do we got here? Another blow up the bombs level. These are starting to turn into what feels like the old like board and peg games where you had to like jump the peg around in the holes to eliminate things. All right, let's see what we got here. Obviously, the only direction we can go is up. Now here's where, okay, I want to look at a mechanic here. Here's where our mechanic of not actually moving when you hit a block may come in handy. Because if I come up here, alright, let's go up, up. That's not what I meant to do. Trying to show an example of like being able to stay where the block is might actually be an advantage, but that's not going to work like that. Okay, so my first instinct on this one is to go up again, and then it was to try to work my way around, but once that bomb blows up I can't go sideways, so that's not going to work. So it feels like going up, it's definitely going to be a side-to-side move here, right? Now it could be that I blow that up and then work my way up this way. Can I blow that one up? Then come down and blow both of those up. Okay. So that appears to be a solution. So now we'll just see if we can do it a little quicker. Again, although the point of this video isn't necessarily to set records, but oh, misclicked. Oops. I can't get to it. I wonder if there's a limit on how many moves you can do. Let's see what happens when you hit 100. Okay, so the tester slash I like to break games in me wants to now do this for an hour just to see how big that number would get, to see if I could crash the game. But oh, if you hit a lot of stuff, I'm not pressing the keys anymore. There's a queue of keys that I hit there. So we'll let this run for a little bit. We'll see if it gets a little crazy, because I'm not touching the keyboard at this point. So one of two things has happened. My keyboard has either queued up all these key presses that I threw in there, because I was pressing all 4 keys at once, or the game has actually queued up all of these key presses, or I broke it. You know, it could very well be, oh, okay, it did stop. So That's interesting in that the game itself allowed probably, I don't know, I probably quit pressing the keyboard at under 200, so it queued up a couple hundred key presses on me there. So okay, we've already solved this, so really now we're just trying to do it quicker. See, that was a triple tap. That's what's messing me up there, is I'm trying to go so fast that, well, that screwed everything up. Screwed that one up. Alright, I'm not going to fight that one much longer. That was pretty quick. We'll take our 5 seconds. Oh, Sith has another way that we could do it. I think that's actually true, and especially on puzzles like this. I believe there probably are going to be multiple ways to do it. And something we talked about in the last video was there might be one way that gives you a faster time, one way that gets it done in less steps, and one way that gets it done with the highest score. I think that could be a fun part of this game if you're actually playing and competing with your friends. If you look in the comments of the last video, I believe a developer who works at the company that made this game, I don't think he works on this game, he seemed to indicate that he works on Orbox B, there was another word to it, Orbox B, like remix or remaster or some kind of a redo of it, was talking about like a level score, level time, level step, global high scoreboard. So you can actually see where your score falls in with other players. I don't believe that exists, but they were talking about it as a cool feature that would be cool to put in, but not sure if that's actually going to happen or not. But yeah, that could be cool. But if nothing else, you know, if you had some friends, you could basically put challenges in like, okay, let's see who can get it in the least number of steps or who can get it in the highest score. I guess you could try to get the lowest score, but that doesn't seem very challenging. So. Alright, let's move on to 24. Oh, more just blow up bombs. Alright, so this one feels interesting. So I'm basically now just kind of examining and looking for patterns, right? There's definitely a left or right pattern that I think I might have to use to get these, because I can't bounce up and down into those. Feels like I'm going to have to go down, down, left and right to get these bottom ones. Now another key feature I've noticed in both the star and bomb blows up is once you blow up the last bomb or collect the last star, even if you were going to shoot off of the screen, it leaves you on the screen, right? So my initial reaction would be to blow up this one, then come down, go over. The problem is if I try to go up to get that one, I have no way to get back down, and I can't go across. So blow up. Okay, I think I see the solution. So a trap that I fall into, at least my way of thinking, is, and I think this may or may not be something the designers did on purpose, this puzzle is symmetrical, right? So it's got the exact same thing on one side as it has the other, which makes you want to think of a symmetrical solution. It makes you want to think, how do I do the same thing going both directions? But sometimes the solution isn't going to be symmetrical. So here is how I would solve this one. I'm going to go left again to blow that one up. Come back here, which starts this timer. Now I can go down and get these cleared out, and then that move that comes up, even though I have nowhere to go, solves it, because again, once the last one blows up, then the level is done. So it was a asymmetrical solution to a symmetrical puzzle because I was doing different things, right? On the top, I did this pattern, you know, and then mess that one up. And then on the bottom, I had to come back up and pick this block up. So I'm not clearing both sides of the top the exact same way, which actually, what happens if I do this? Oh, okay. I didn't know if it would run down or not. Alright, we'll do 1 or 2 speed runs on this one and then move on to the next one. Oh, close. That was pretty quick. 4. I'll do one more, see if I can get to 3, but I'm not sure my finger dexterity is going to pull it off. Missed the double tap on that one. Alright, one more. So last time we talked about one of the things that's probably the most dangerous about this game and personalities like mine is I will sit and do this for literally hours just to try to cut 1 second off my time, which I guess is good for repeatable gameplay. If you are that kind of person, you can get a lot of mileage out of this game. Alright, I'm not going to get any quicker than that. I think you can get quicker than that, maybe, if you really worked on this. So yeah, if you start thinking about repeatable gameplay, oops, that's not what I meant to press. It's a good value for the money, right? As we discussed last time, this game is a $2.99 game on Steam last time I looked. So the amount of gameplay and amount of time you can get out of it for that price is pretty awesome. Alright, new mechanic, instruction sensor. You have discovered a new mission. Activate all the sensors, touch every side of the sensor to activate it. That is definitely different than anything we've done, because now what we have to do is it looks like we have to hit it from all 4 directions, is the way I would interpret that. So, as always, let's just do a test to see what it looks like. Move out of the way. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so when we came up here, we touched this side. That definitely turned on. Now it's going to be a matter of trying to line ourselves up for the other ones. Now, I think I already see the solution in this one. Again, one of the things that these developers have done an amazing job of is making the first solution pretty straightforward, right? So we're going to come up into this. It's basically got this board set up so we can just kind of work our way around clockwise and get all 4 of the sides. Again, though, that's a proof of the mechanic, right? They want to show you how a sensor works before they give it to you in a very tough puzzle. I didn't notice that before. See if you hear it on the stream. When you hit the sensor, it makes quite a strange noise. You hear it? It's like a wonk sound. I didn't actually notice it the first time, but when I did it quick, because you're hitting it so many times in a row, it definitely made some sounds. Alright, that one might be quick, but I screwed up the score because I hit that one twice. Alright, I can't do it much quicker than that. Oh, is the 1 second doable? Screwed that one up. I'm not feeling like I can get quicker than that. Okay. Be interesting to look online and see if anybody has posted a video of like, did easy level 25 in 1 second. But I'm going to move on, otherwise it'll take me an hour to play with that one. Okay, so now we have introduced... I think... okay, so this will be a good test to see. Remember, the angle blocks automatically shoot us around, but I think we stop when we hit the sensor, so let's test that. Okay. My first reaction was, well, this just bounces all the way around the sensor and solve it for us, but it doesn't look like it. Interesting enough, I wonder, this might be designed so that you have to go back and forth on the bottom before you move your way up. This isn't going to get us anywhere. So let's see, does this get us somewhere? Yeah, that's going to get us around to there, and then probably a duplicate. Now, so here's another thing that we can look at. The quicker way to do it might be to just go back that way, but that's going to kill our score. The more economic way, because this, so what's our score? 230. That takes us to 190. If I go just straight across and down, you notice that my score is 230. So this is one where there's a couple ways you could backtrack on, but one has a higher score than the other. I don't think it's any quicker to use the automatic blocks. Okay, so the solution to this one though is going to be we have to come down here and get the bottom first, then we backtrack and then work our way back around to get all four sides. All right, 5 seconds. Let's see. We're going to vote in the chat. What do we think we have for a time on this one? What's our ultimate quick time? Got a 4 seconds from Sixth Beacon. Is Widdister going to weigh in on this one? Don't see a chat from Widdister. 4? I think 4 is doable. I'm going to say ultimately 3. Let's see if I can pull off a 3. Alright, here we go. That might be a 3. Yep. 2. Not sure on a 2 for this one. That was pretty quick, but I don't think it's a 2. Up 2. There's no way I'm getting a 1 on that one. So, all right, got half of Sith Beckon's score. All right, level 27. We have 27, 28, 29, 4 levels left to complete the easy section. So, an important thing to note on this one. Did he drop out? Oh, we missed you, Widdister. Is the mission is to solve the sensors. I'm going to assume both sensors. Let's check that. Okay, yeah, the fact that that's 25% for 2 means you have to get all 8 of the sensors. So that's a good piece of information to have. Notice that we have bombs in this one, but in this particular case, the bombs are being used as a puzzle mechanic. Not as a solve mechanic, right? Blowing up the bombs doesn't clear the level. It's about getting the sensors. So that's an important thing to note. Okay, we're also seeing a little bit of asymmetric board design here, in that you'll notice that this and this are different, which means I think we're going to have to solve them differently. Another thing that I think is going to take place on this one is there's going to be moments where I need to tap a block, potentially do something else, and then work my way back around. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to have to happen. Okay, here's where I think I see the solution. We come in here, we can tap both of those. I think that we're going to have to go... that's probably where we're going to have to end. Because we can go up, come back down. Alright, so I think we can get this one, blow that block, get this one. Then we're going to duplicate our way back up this way, tap that one. While that one's counting down, tap that one. Ooh, I'm not sure if I can get this one. I can come down and get that one. Okay, so here's a test. I'm going to see if I can get it on the way by. Nope, that's not a thing. We can come back up and get it that way. But I'm wondering if there is a quicker solution on this one. Feels like if you're quick enough, could I do something like this where I tap that? No, I don't think that will work. I was going to try to think if I could come back in here while this block hadn't disappeared yet, but don't foresee that. Alright. The thing you gotta be careful of is just double blowing up your blocks. So this one could be definitely a candidate for trying to do different patterns to get a higher score, because we are duplicating our paths so much on this one. It feels like if you did it a different way, there might be a way to get a higher score. Alright, we're going to accept our 8 seconds and move on. Oops, and I hit the wrong button. Alright. Oops, 7. I actually improved it. I feel good. Here's another thing. At some point I solved it, or at that time I solved it with 24 moves, but I had solved it with 23. Oh, I have another test that I want to run. Alright, let's count our moves here. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so a double tap isn't a move. That's what I want to check. So if we look at our move counter, we're at 9. Moving up is 10, but the second tap doesn't actually trigger it as a move. Activating those does, but okay, because that was something I was actually interested in that if it would have been written so that a double tap is another move, if you were trying to solve for least number of moves, you'd want to wait the timers out. But okay, we need to, let's solve this one real quick so we can get through. So part of the reason I set this channel up was to explore things like that, right? Like, let's explore how the actual mechanics work. What's the decision that the designer made for the number of moves? Is it a tap? Is it not a tap? And things like that. All right, new instructions, which is a new block. Ice. You have discovered a new mission. You have to break all of the ice. Ice is fragile. It breaks in one touch. Choose the side to strike carefully. You have to break all of the ice to win the mission. Alright, so it looks like we move into the ice, and obviously the ice blows up. So the question will be, is this block like the bomb block in that once I move into it, it'll blow the ice up but stop me, and then allow me to just sit there and wait. So let's do that test first. That appears to be what it actually does. So this is very similar to the bomb mechanic, the difference being it's an instantaneous break, right? Like, I can't count on that block hanging around for the countdown of 9 to potentially come back and get it later. Okay. So let's see if we can get this one solved. My gut would be to use these to get up here so I can get down, come back up. Yeah, I think that'll get me there. Again, so a little bit of asymmetric solving here. So I'm going to come down, come over, come up, which clears this side. Now I can work my way back over here, which aligns me with this block, and this block in order to actually solve the thing. So not quite symmetrical on both sides, but it does give me a solution. This ends up looking symmetrical. But I'm clearing the block sides is slightly different. I do like the ice block though. If you're trying to go for speed, you know, with no countdown on these, this is definitely a twitchy thing to do, right? As you're trying to hit the keyboards. Again, WASD, or you actually can use the arrow keys if you're more comfortable using the arrow keys. Alright, moving on to level 29. So same puzzle. They've added in some permanent blocks that we can work our way around with. So a test I'm going to do on this one, just as a mechanic, I'm going to slide over to this one. I should be able to down tap to break that block, if I'm correct. Yep, but it doesn't move me, which means I can move up. Then what does that give me access to? I can come over and up and work my way across this way, but that's going to leave my blocks on the bottom. I could come over and up there, go down, down, but that's not going to give me a path back. What other solutions do we see? Over and over. I could come up and over, cross this way, but I don't think I can reach that one. I'm trying to think if you're gonna have to bounce back and forth, because feeling this was solution E, but I think I'm gonna come up a block short this way, or a couple blocks short. Yeah. All right. So let's see what we got. Might be missing this one in this solution. Ooh, missed everything on that one. Alright, let's try. So let's think asymmetrically again. I've fallen into my own trap. Can I come down this, like this, get that one, come up, over, over. Can't quite. I was thinking if I could come down to this one and then over, but I don't have that option here. I can come. Okay. I'm thinking maybe leaving this block might be important to this solution. Can we do that? So now I can come down. Yep, there we go. So that was definitely asymmetric, right? You could see that what we had to do was clear a block and then work our way around this way. What I find interesting in this mechanic, I'll show you the couple of areas that I really like. So clearing this so that I can get down. This section here is pretty straightforward, but this one, like coming up and then around to break this one, in order to line myself up for this break. I kind of like in this particular puzzle. Okay, 5 seconds. We'll see if we can get 1 or 2 in that are quicker than 5, but I think 4 might be as fast as we can push this one without screwing it up. That was pretty quick. 3, I'll take 3. So if you are interested in this game and you pick the game up and you go to level 29 and get 2 seconds, make sure you mock me in the comments. Let me know that you are definitely quicker than my 3-second record there. And then I'll pop back in and see if I can make a video of a 2-second run. Alright, level 30, which I believe is the last level in the easy setup. So what are we seeing here? Well, that looks like the gate block, but I can't get to it, so I don't think it does anything. That might just be for graphical senses. Looks like we're going to have to try to break our way out of here. I don't think I can tap blocks on the way by, which means these little ins and outs are probably going to be important. If all else fails, go down. It's like Minecraft. Never dig straight down. Alright, so now the question is, do I want to try to clear stuff from the inside? Because I can get some blocks here on the inside. I'm guessing that's my 50 icebreaker blocks. There's like 3 levels of each of the block usage. Right? So that cleared me out my inside. Now I could left tap here and clear that block. I could go up and clear that block. Oh, I could go back through that way. Let's try that. If I go back through this way, that clears me out another section of blocks. But now I'm out of alignment. But I am seeing that I could get into these little alcoves and potentially get here. But that looks dangerous. Like once I get stuck here, but then I could probably go up. Let's try that. We'll come down and around. Let's do that same thing here. Now, can I get myself down and over to these? I think I might have just hosed myself. Yeah, I don't think I can get to this. Alright, well we got down to 2 on the first try. I'm going to try that same general pattern that we did the first time. Okay, so that's a bad move. If once you get into these little sections here, definitely looks like you're stuck. So before you commit to that particular thing, you want to make sure that you've cleared out the other sections. Alright, so I can go down and over, which I think is a good move. I can clear my bottom. Now the question is, and I might be clearing too many blocks at the beginning to actually make this work. Because at this point, I think I'm either going to get stuck in a loop here or stuck in a loop up here. Alright, so let's try it without clearing so many out in the first run. So we'll just do that run. See if this gets us any farther. Alright, can I get to here or here? I'm not seeing. Oh, this will get us here. But I don't think I can get to here or here. Well, that was worse. We didn't get 2 that time, we got 4. Alright, that definitely gave us a different pattern doing it that way. Cleared out one of those side blocks, which was one of our problems that we were having. Okay, now the question is, can I get into this loop? Don't think so. Oh, there we got it. Okay, that was kind of accidental. I don't want to claim any kind of holy cow, I really worked that out. I got a little bit lucky on that one. Let's see if I can recreate it. So the thing I did different on that one is I cleared the center differently, right? So I went down, and when I got to these blocks, I went ahead and cleared everything I could. So here I'm going to press right or W or D. Here I'm going to press W. And that got me, well, that's actually, this is even a different pattern I think than we had before. And this actually might be something, let's see if we can do this, but then that clears my bottom. Then I come here and I clear the top. Yeah, this is going to actually make it so I don't win this one. Alright, so I think the thing that I did on accident is I went sideways first. Because remember, these 2 blocks are the blocks I was getting stuck. And then I cleared out as many on the corners as I could do. So I got that same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 block pattern, but I've rotated it. Instead of the block being gone on the bottom, I've got the block gone on the side. And what that allowed me to do is work my way over like that, which then allows me to work my way over like that. And I think I still did it wrong. Told you I got lucky. Let's try this one more time. See if I can recreate my solution. I think getting this block is going to become important. Alright, I'm feeling... I think I did the exact same thing I did last time. Alright, clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear. I'm going to leave that block this time instead of clearing it. Work my way down this way. Yeah, okay, so this gets me there. So the difference in leaving this block is I can now work my way around, but I don't get stuck in this loop, right? Which now lets me get stuck in this loop, which this block is within. And that actually got me my solution. So the difference is mostly, did you clear that one block or did you not clear that one block? So, okay, now that we've kind of worked out the solution, let's see if we can get through it a little bit quicker. That's not a bad 7 seconds. We're going to take it. All right, last thing we want to kind of check is that does beat the easy missions. Final score, which gives me a score for all my missions added together, which is also displayed here. Looks like it has opened up 2 new packs. Looks like one that increases in difficulty. So if you're wanting more difficult puzzles, I would guess average. I think it goes easy, average. I think I saw a screenshot that was like hard and very hard or something like that. Also looks like the game ships with a second set, so I'm gonna guess easy 2, average 2, hard 2, and very hard 2. Again though, for $2.99, that's 30 puzzles. 30, 60, 90, 120, 240 puzzles. I don't know. You'll probably get through it quicker than I did, but I can't imagine there's not, I don't know, at least 15 hours of gameplay here, maybe more. Depends on how long it takes you to solve some of the puzzles, which definitely means that your cost per hour is pretty awesome. Alright, that's going to wrap this stream. Thank everybody who popped in. We had some people popping in and out, which was definitely cool to see. Do more. Yeah, maybe like another stream or just more puzzles. I have to remember that there's a bit of delay on the stream, so when I ask a question I can't expect an immediate answer. But while we're waiting for Sis reply, I will go ahead and do our standard wrap up here. I would highly recommend this game. Like I said, a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I think they do an amazing job of presenting both how you solve the puzzles. The next thing is, you know, how hard do these things get, right? How big do these things get? Definitely thank you for joining us. If you want to potentially pick up this game, remember down in the video description I've got 2 links. Link number 1 is to the Steam store. You can buy it on Steam for $2.99. Link number 2 is a demo. It's a 30 level demo, I believe, that is free. I don't know if those 30 levels are the easy levels or if they just present you with, you know, one of these other packs. I haven't played the free version because I've waited to actually play the full game to do it on stream. So if you want to just try it out, the free demo is there to try out. If you want to play it and do the achievements and have plenty of puzzles, I would definitely recommend buying it on Steam. As always, you know, I appreciate the support for the channel, both participating in the live streams and watching our videos. Don't forget to like, share, sub, and subscribe. Sub and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Definitely helps. Sharing with your friends and getting other people access to our channel is definitely awesome as well. If you are watching this stream or watching this video, a couple of games that I am looking to cover. Let me pop up my Steam window here. I am eyeballing Stationeers, Astroneer, maybe Dig or Die. There's one called Trailmakers, which is on sale right now. Production Line Car Factory Simulator, They Are Billions, and one called Raft. I think the vast majority of these, They Are Billions, maybe not, I can't remember. The vast majority of these are either still in early access. I know Raft isn't even available yet. It's available like late in May for early access. But I'm eyeballing these games, so if you have an interest in any of those and you made it all the way to the end of this video, I would say the little treat that I will give you is if you want to drop a comment down and say, hey, this one looks pretty interesting. I can't guarantee we'll cover it, but I'll take that into consideration. So that list again is Stationeers, Astroneer, Dig or Die, Trailmakers, Production Line Car Factory Simulator, and They Are Billions. I'm also looking at like Total Miner and Star Made, but maybe Space Engineers, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do those as well. But yeah, if you have an opinion, I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to see some of that content, I am definitely interested in getting involved with some early access games so I can, you know, see these games progress, because one of the goals of this channel is to talk about game mechanics, and one of the great ways to do that is you see a game and then they change it in a patch while they're in early access and they change a mechanic. I think it leads to really, really great conversations about not only what the change was, but why the developers may have made that change. Those are definitely great to help you understand, you know, why and how games are put together. The other thing that I plan on doing, in the coming weeks, in 2 or 3 weeks, is I do have access to some very, very, very early alpha games that some of my game teams are building. Like they literally don't have an electronic build yet, so I'll have some of the very first builds, and I'm going to cover some of those on the channel as well, so that you guys can see a game that is 3 weeks into development versus, you know, a game that's publicly released and things like that. That way you can kind of see the difference in progress that games like that hit on. All right. Well, yep, I think Sith said it. If you do subscribe, make sure that you hit the notification bell so you're notified. One thing that you might want to pay attention to is I've been catching some wind that YouTube is going to be changing the way notifications go out. So the notification bell will have different ways you can do things. There's some videos floating around YouTube talking about that, so you might want to check that out. Make sure that your particular notification scheme is set up correctly. But yep, if you can share, you know, share us on Twitter, share us on Facebook, talk to your friends, you know, get them up here. We love the views, we love the subscriptions, and we want to keep doing this and growing the channel so that we can provide content for you to make you a better gamer. So thank you all. We're going to transition out to our logo so I can put the end cards up. Any questions, anything you have, definitely hit me up in the comments. You can find me on Twitter, direct message me on Twitter. It's Deconstruction Gaming. Also, we have a Facebook page and a Facebook account, this Deconstruction Gaming. Feel free to reach out to me in any of those ways. I'm happy to talk gaming with anybody. Definitely what we look to do. All right. Thinking maybe tomorrow night if we stream, we're going to jump back into Starbound. So if you're interested in Starbound, definitely join us for that one. And other than that, have a great night, and we'll see you guys next time.